Alright, so I wanted to show you a really old book. This one's actually from 1926. Billy Be-Nimble. It's got a bunch of nursery rhymes. I guess it's Blanche Fisher Wright. I don't know if that's the art just on the cover or art elsewhere. But we've got some kind of Pied Piper going on in here. And I'll cover up the names. And somebody wrote their names and then they got it back in 1926 up there. Billy Be-Nimble by Leroy F. Jackson with pictures by Blanche Fisher Wright. Rhymes for children. I like the little squirrel and mouse and I guess beetle and snail. We got Jingle Jingle Jack, a copper down a crack. In the pavement or the boards. Some Rand McNally Company. They've been publishing for a while. Right. Oops. It's falling apart just a little bit. Let's move this over so you can see everything. There's acknowledgements over here. The Uncle Owl books, Billy Bumpkins, Billy Be-Nimble, and Hinky Pinky. Acknowledgements thanks are due to the following for permission to use material included in this volume to Youth's Companion for a Little Boy Ran to the End of the Sky, to Women's Home Companion for Hippity Hop to Bed, and a candle to light me to bed, to St. Nicholas for a copper down a crack, and The Thieves. Copyright 1920 by Rand McNally Company. If you noticed, I have a bunch of stuff from them. And that's just because they've been publishing for a while, not because I have a preference or anything. The Peter Patter book. A copper down a crack. Jingle Jingle Jack, a copper down a crack. 20 men and all their wives with sticks and picks and pocket knives, digging for their very lives to get the copper back. Alright. I'm much too big for a fairy. I'm much too big for a fairy, and much too small for a man. But this is true, whatever I do it the best I can. Okay, you can see all the words, yep. Alright, so did you ever play tag with a tiger? Did you ever play tag with a tiger, or ever play boo with a bear? Did you ever put rats in a rain barrel to give poor old granny a scare? It's fun to play tag with a tiger. It's fun for the bear to say boo. But if rats are found in the rain barrel, old granny will put you in too. Oh my. So playing with the tiger, playing with the bear, A-okay, play. But playing a prank on somebody is liable to land you in trouble. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So here's the blue song. So I love the kind of rich colors here, especially for 1920. It stayed really well colored. Fun fact, Mama Monsters, Mama's mama got this book as a little girl. Hot mush and molasses all in a blue bowl. Eat it, it's good for you, sonny. 'Twill make you grow tall as a telephone pole. Eat it, it's good for you, sonny. Fresh fish and potatoes all on a blue plate. Eat it up smart now, my sonny. 'Twill make you as jolly and fat as Aunt Kate. Eat it up quick now, my sonny. Sweet milk from a nanny goat in a blue cup. Drink it, it's good for you, sonny. 'Twill fill you, expand you, and help you grow up, and make a real man of you, sonny. So it's just a little sing-song about how you should eat your food to grow up big and strong. Hippity hop to bed. Oh, it's hippity hop to bed. I'd rather sit up instead. But when father says must, there's nothing but just go hippity hop to bed. Just in case you thought your grandma and grandma's grandma didn't have trouble wanting to go to bed too. And look, this is the animal show. Again, Blanche Fisher Wright. So I guess there's animals. Oh, I like the lion eating out of a bowl. Looks like two bears there too. Seals and a horse and a dancer on the horse. And is that a monkey in a hot air balloon? And maybe riding a bicycle? That sounds fun. Away to the river. Away to the river, away to the wood, while the grasses are green and the berries are good, where the locusts are scraping their fiddles and bows, and the bees keep a-coming wherever one goes. Oh, it's off to the river and off to the hills, to the land of the bloodroot and wild daffodils, with a buttercup blossom to color my chin, and a basket of burrs to put sandberries in. Wonder what sandberries are. That's interesting. Well, let's see, buttercup to the chin, so people would eat flowers. Okay, so here's a matter of taste. Thank you, dear, said the big black ant. I'd like to go home with you now, but I can't. I have to hurry and milk my cows. The aphid herds in the aster boughs. And the ladybug said, no doubt it's fine, this milk you get from your curious kine. But, or kin? Curious kin? Fine, kine. Yeah, kine. But you know quite well, it's my belief, your cows are best when turned to beef. Ooh. So the matter of taste here for the black ant and ladybug is the black ant might like the products from the aphids, but the ladybugs like to eat the aphids. It's actually why a lot of gardeners like ladybugs. Let's see here if we have all the letters. Okay. I do apologize. I'm just going to try and angle it a little bit differently so you can get all of it in there. Boop. Okay. So, Tommy, my son, is a kitty cat and her son. Tommy, my son, said the old tabby cat, go catch us some mice and be sure that they're fat. There's one family lives in the Copperton's barn. They've made them a nest of the old lady's yarn. But the carpenter has a young cat of his own that is healthy and proud and almost full grown. And consider it, son, an eternal disgrace to come home at night with a scratch on your face. Ooh, so she's saying, I need you to go catch some mice, because there's that other kitty cat who you shouldn't be let beat you up. That's what the mama cat's saying. Oh, said the worm. Oh, said the worm, I'm awfully tired of sitting in the trees. I want to be a butterfly and chase the bumblebees. Oh, so it's a caterpillar, not a worm? I guess that's the end. Okay. Buzzy Brown. Buzzy Brown came home from town as crazy as a loon. He wore a purple overcoat and sang a Sunday tune. Buzzy Brown came home from town as proud as he could be. He found 3 doughnuts and a bun a-growing on a tree. Oh, He does seem kind of wild that he's finding donuts and buns growing in trees. I like that, like the purple overcoat is somehow in there too. The wind. The wind came a-whooping down Cranberry Hill and stole an umbrella from Mother Medill. It picked up a paper on Patterson's place and carried it clean to the Rockaby race. And what was more shocking and awful than that, it blew the new feather off Grandmother's hat. Oh my goodness. So the wind go and it stole the umbrella and paper and threw it somewhere else and grabbed that feather off her hat. Oh my goodness. All right, the hobo band. The roads are good and the weather's grand, so I'm off to play in the hobo band. With a gas pipe flute and a cowhide drum, I'm going to make the most music come. With a toot 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 and a dum dum dum, just hear me make the music come. All right, confidence. There's a corner way down by the river, shut in by a big cedar log, where there's all kinds of creepers and crawlers, some whoppers as big as a frog. If you keep quiet about it, and not tell either Pinky or Dan, I'm not saying, but maybe I'll give you 4 or 5 to take home in a can. Oh, confidence. He's taking him in confidence. So, telling somebody a secret used to be, there's a phrase called taking somebody into your confidence. So this is they're telling them a secret. And they say, oh, if you can keep a secret, then I'll let you benefit from the secret, is what they're saying here. Bing, bang, bing. A little boy bought him a great big gun. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, I'm worried about this story already. Children, guns can be very dangerous. Oh. I don't want to read this poem. He shoots the poor elephant on the wing. I'm going to skip this one. It's a pretty picture. Let's just remove that and then perfect. He's just looking at a flying elephant. I'm going to skip on past that one. All right. Oh, I love the flowers, and she's looking up at the butterfly. Butterfly, 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 sit on my chin. Your wings are like tinsel, so yellow and thin. Butterfly, butterfly, give me a kiss. If you give me a dozen, there's nothing amiss. Butterfly, butterfly, off to the flowers, wee soulless sprite of the long summer hours. When I was a little girl, a butterfly came and fluttered on my eye and gave me a black eye. So, you be careful about them butterfly kisses. Not on the face. Alright. Bela by the sea. Catch a floater, catch an eel, catch a lazy whale. Catch an oyster by the heel and put him in the pail. There's lots of work for Uncle Ike, Fatty Ford, and me, all day long and half the night at Bela by the sea. Oh, look, they're fishing together. Have you ever gone fishing before? I've only done fishing where it's catch and release, where you let the fish back gently into the water and it swims away. I went to town on Monday. Alright, so we're going to town on a Monday. Let's go. Looks like we're going to go all week. I went to town on Monday to buy myself a coat. But on the way I met a man who traveled with a caravan and bought a billy goat. I went to town on Tuesday and bought a fancy vest. Here's our fancy vest. I kept the pretty buckle straps, buttonholes, and pocket flaps, and threw away the rest. Oh, we only kept parts of it, huh? I went to town on Thursday. Oh, what happened to Wednesday? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're on Thursday now already. Well, I guess Wednesday we didn't go to town. I guess we had work to do. To buy a loaf of bread. But when I got there, goodness sakes, the town was full of rattlesnakes. The bakers all were dead. Oh my goodness, that is, oh my word, that's bad. So, okay, so now we're skipping Friday because I guess we got to make sure those rattlesnakes leave town. I went to town on Saturday to get myself a wife. But when I saw a lady, when I saw the lady fair, I gnashed my teeth and pulled my hair and scampered for my life. Oh my goodness, I guess he got too shy. So Friday, we made sure to let the rattlesnakes leave. But on Saturday, when we went to go meet Pretty Girl, well, we were too shy. We ran away. He's had a busy week. Okay, so let's see here. If I were richer. If I were richer, I'd buy a picture with scenery on it. Jolica ware, storks here and there, and a funny affair with ladies on it. I'd half in a minute, I'd mix up in it a wonderful drink. Peppermint ice, lemons and spice, taste pretty nice. What do you think? Well, I love the kitty cat with the pretty picture. Let's see here. You want to see the picture up close? Yeah, it's got a little stork on it. Yep. The Army of the Queen. Oh, the army of the Queen, the army of the Queen. Some are dressed in turkey red, and some are dressed in green. A colonel and a captain, a corporal in between. Their guns are filled with powder, and their swords are bright and keen. So toot your little trumpet for the army of the Queen. All right, well, that's kind of fun. Romulus. Romulus, father of Rome, ran off with a wolf, and he wouldn't come home. When he grew up, he founded a city with an eagle, a bear, and a tortoise shell kitty. I'm not familiar with this part of it, but Romulus and Remus were said to have been raised by wolf. They were twin babies, and Romulus founded Rome. If you see Romulus and Rome, that's the legend of the origin of Rome. Alright. So here's a happy little fella, and it says, to China. Boots, boots, boots. Buster's got a popper gun, a regular one that shoots. And Teddy's got an engine with a whistler that toots. But I've got something finer yet, a pair of rubber boots. Oh, it's boots, 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 a pair of rubber boots. I could walk from here to China in a pair of rubber boots. Now this little mark here, so that mark is called an apostrophe. Here it is again. So when you have a name, apostrophe S, that means it is theirs. It says, this is mine. So it's like a little hand holding onto that S, and it's just like a hand holding onto something somebody's got. Now sometimes, in this one, irregular here, there's no U. That little mark is to show that the letter's missing. It's holding us in case. It's holding the letters together because the sound got stick pulled right out. So that's regular instead of regular. Fun fact. All right. On to the next page. Our little Pat. Our little Pat. Oh, We skip our little Pat because he's being very naughty. But let's say this, that his mother said quit. He ran off to sit on the top of the woodpile and pout. But a sly little grin should slid down his chin and let all the sulkiness out. So, being naughty, and that's he's in time out over here. The Animal Show. Father and Mother and Bobby will go to see all the sights at the Animal Show, where lions and bears sit on dining room chairs, where a camel is able to stand on a table, where monkeys and seals all travel on wheels, and a Zulu baboon rides a baby balloon. The sooner you're ready, the sooner we'll go. Aboard, all aboard for the Animal Show. All this is tooting his horn. Toot your little trumpet for the army of the queen. So that's what this image should go with. That's fun, like little soldiers. I guess she's the queen. Tommy Trimble. Billy Be-Nimble, hurry and see old Tommy Trimble climbing a tree. He claws with his fingers and digs with his toes. The longer he lingers, the slower he goes. So lingers to kind of stop and be still. So of course he's gonna go slower the more he stops. Makes sense for me. So where are you going? This is a long one. Where are you going? Where are you going, Sister Kate? I'm going to swing on the garden gate and watch the fairy gypsies dance their tim-tam-tum on the cabbage plants. So I think he's talking about fairies. Cabbage plants. The great big one with the purple nose and the tiny tad with the pinky toes. So some words are not good to say now because we realize that these are words that can hurt. But really she's talking about little fairies. So we're not going to talk about the other word. Sorry. Where are you going, Brother Ben? I'm going to build a tiger pen. I'll get iron and steel and electric wire and build it 100 feet or higher. And put 10 tigers in it too, and a big wildcat, and maybe you. Ooh, Big Brother's gonna lock him in a tiger cage. Oh, well, do you think big tigers are really gonna make a tiger cage? That's okay. It's fun to pretend. Where are you going, mother mine? I'm going to sit by the old grapevine and watch the gliding swallow bring clay for her nest from the meadow spring, clay and straw and a bit of thread to weave it into a baby's bed. Oh, so here's our swallow, so that must be Mama. Where are you going, Grandma dear? I'm going, love, where the skies are clear and the light winds lift the poppy flowers and gather clouds for the summer showers, where the old folks and the children play on a warm hillside through the livelong day. Oh. Okay. Christopher Crump. Christopher Crump, all in a lump, sits like a toad on the top of a stump. He stretches and sighs and blinks with his eyes, bats at the beetles and fights off the flies. Oh, I guess maybe he's turning into a frog. Interesting. All right. Look at the turtle. He's got a banjo. Pinky, pinky, pang. A tortoise sat on a slippery limb and played his pinky pang for the dogfish friend that called on him, and this is what he sang. Oh, the skies are blue, and I wait for you to come where the willows hang and dance all night by the pale moon, by the white moonlight to my pinky, pinky pang. Oh, the tortoise is singing. Okay. Tick-tock, 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 40:11 by the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock, Put your ear to Grandpa's ticker, like a pancake, only thicker. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Catch a squirrel in half a minute. Grab a sack. Oh, don't do that. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Mr. Bunny feeds on honey. Tea and taters, ain't it funny? Tick-tock, tick-tock. When he goes to bed at night, shoves his slippers out of sight. That's why old Fox the sinner had to go without his dinner. Tick-tock, tick-tock, so says Grandpa's clock. So this is talking about a pocket watch, which is why it talks about the pancake being thicker. It's because the pocket watches are kind of like a little pancake, but they're thicker, and they open up, and you can look at the clock. Of course, now we mostly have digital stuff, but back then, they did not have things like that at all. A candle, a candle. A candle, a candle, to light me to bed. A pillow to tuck up my head. The moon is as sleepy can be. The stars are all pointing their fingers at me. And Mrs. Hop Robin, away up in her nest, is rocking her tired little babies to rest. So give me a blanket to tuck up my toes, and a little soft pillow to snuggle my nose. Oh, there's the little nose. Boop, boop. So you have a candle for lighting in bed. So it's just all kinds of things to be able to see. Just so basically, they're wanting a candle just like you would light a nightlight. Because it is bedtime and dark. We're almost there, kiddos. We've got just a few more pages. Alright, so Baxter. What's going on here? Baxter had a billy goat, wall-eyed and double-jointed. He took him to the barber shop and had his head anointed. I believe that means he gave him a haircut. I'm not sure, though. Certainly looks like that's what they're going to do. Lottie, Jin, and Alexander. Lottie, Jin, and Alexander rode to market on a gander, said some male goose. Bought a crane for $50. Okay, another bird. Lottie let him buy the collar. Mr. Crane said, "Hi there, master. Can't you make your legs work faster? We can't poke along this way." Then he slowly flew away. Lottie held him fast, you bet, and he hasn't come home yet. Oh my goodness. So the three, children rode a goose to market. They bought a bird, like a crane, and the cranes have very long legs. And the crane said, "You're taking too long," even though Lottie here had a leash on him, and he flew away, and Lottie got taken away. Whoosh, off he goes. I swear, some of these ones are really dark. Like, taken away by a crane that he bought at the market. As I was going down the hill. So this is going down the hill in front of Mrs. Knapp's. So I think we can tell that somebody is, there's a crying. There's some more crying. Somebody's getting a bit of a hit. And then somebody else is saying, "Oh my," over here. Let's see here. As I was going down the hill. As I was going down the hill in front of Mrs. Knapp's, I saw the little Napperines all in their winter wraps, purple mitts and mufflers and knitted jersey caps. As I was coming back again in front of Mrs. Knapp's, I saw that awful lady give about a dozen slaps to each little Napperine. I thought perhaps because they had gathered stickers in their knitted jersey caps. So he's like, I was just walking around and I saw this old lady with her kids. And then when I came back around, she was beating them up because they did something naughty. I'm like, that's just the rhyme. Like, don't hit people. Even if you're angry, don't hit people. Not nice. That's just not appropriate, okay? Even if you're parents, they really shouldn't be hitting people. A little boy ran to the end of the sky. Oh, you can run to the end of the sky. Woo, woo, woo. Fancy, fancy. A little boy ran to the end of the sky with a rag and a pole and a gooseberry pie. Well, he's got really full hands, doesn't he? He cried, "Three cheers for the 4th of July," with a rag and a pole and a gooseberry pie. He saw 3 little donkeys at play. He tickled their noses to make them bray. Hee-haw! And he didn't come back until Christmas Day with a rag and a pole and a gooseberry pie. So he was gone for 6 months and he still had the rag, pole, and gooseberry pie. 6 months. I don't know. That pie probably not doing so well. Goodness. All right, so we got a rake with a snake and a toad. All right, I'm just want to read this one because I'm looking at the picture first, and then we'll read the snowflake one. Slippery Slim. Slippery Slim, a garter snake, leaned against a garden rake and smiled a sentimental smile at Tilly Toad on the gravel pile, till that bashful miss was forced to hop and hide her face in a carrot top. So the snake was looking at the frog, and the frog went, "Oh my goodness," and then went and hid. That's what this is about. This is bashful. That's like being shy. So the implication here is the sentimental smile. So he's looking and smiling at the frog. So instead of being like, "I want to eat you," he's being kind of like, "I think you're cute." And the bashful frog says, "Oh no, I shy," and went and hide. Although it's probably more that the snake wanted to eat the frog. 20 little snowflakes. 20 little snowflakes climbing up a wire. "Now listen," said their mother, "don't you climb any higher. The sun will surely catch you and scorch you with his fire." But the naughty little snowflakes didn't mind a word she said. Each tried to clamber faster than his fellow just ahead. They thought that they'd be back in time enough to go to bed, but found out that their mother wasn't quite the dunce they thought her. The sun bobbed up, "Remember this, my little son and daughter," and turned those 20 snowflakes into 20 drops of water. Ooh, they all melted. So it's like Icarus flying too close to the sun and melting. Quite literally. So you should listen to your parents if they say something's dangerous. Even if other kids are doing it, doesn't mean it's safe. The Thieves. Alright, so we're going to skip that one. Upon the Irish Sea, someone told Maria Ann told me, that kittens ride in coffee cans upon the Irish Sea. From quiet caves to rolling waves, how jolly it must be to travel in a coffee can upon the Irish Sea. But when it snows and when it blows, how would you like to be a kitten in a coffee can upon the Irish Sea? So that might be nice to travel, but we certainly wouldn't be very much protection from snow and rain, would it, to be in a little can floating in the sea? Duckle, duckle, daisy, look at the cute kitty. See, now you can tell that this artist likes cats, because you can see that the cat looks nice and is enjoyable. And they took a lot of care on the hands. The faces are a little bit interesting. But I like that the drawings of both small people, I'm not sure that this is a child, but people who might be child-sized and children and other ones, men and women, that they've taken quite care and done a lot of details and focus. And I love the little kitty cat. And said you can tell this person likes cats. Duckle Daisy, duckle, duckle, daisy, Martha must be crazy. She went and made a Christmas cake of olive oil and gluten flake, and set it in the sink to bake. Duckle, duckle, daisy. That's a bit dark. But yes, so sometimes people get a little confused. And they should not be operating an oven in that case. All right. A beetle on a broomstick. Oh, broom straw. Sorry, broom straw. This is straw. A robin and a wren, as they walked along one night. Well, why are they walking along? I guess two birds walking along, saw a big brown beetle on a broom straw. Said the robin to the wren, "What a pretty, pretty sight, that big brown beetle on a broom straw." So they got their plates and knives, their children and their wives, and gobbled up the beetle on the broom straw. Yep, that sounds about right. Birds do like bugs. They also like, a lot of them also like fruit and seeds. Nom 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 nom. Oh, look at that poor donkey. Mule thoughts. A silly little mule sat on a milking stool and tried to write a letter to his father. But he couldn't find the ink, so he said, "I'd rather think this writing letters home is too much bother." Aw. Did you find the ink? It's right there behind him. Aw, poor fella. Alright, so here comes the wind whooping down. The wind came a whooping down Cranberry Hill. Grandma's hat and the feather. Look at that. She had quite a big feather that's being ripped off, huh? Poor Grandma. Alright, we have just really these 2 pages left. Alright. Hootem, tootem, clear the track. Hootem, tootem, clear the track. Da, 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 da. Yep, nope. Dr. Drake. On a hummock by the lake stands the home of Dr. Drake. Poor old doctor, how he works. Week by week he never shirks. Pulling teeth for guinea fowl, soothing puppies when they howl, whittling out a hickory peg for a gander's broken leg, giving medicine away about 100 times a day, linseed oil and elder bark to a croaking meadowlark, nasty bitter yarrow tea to a tipsy bumblebee, a poultice made of plantain leaves to cure a rabbit with the heaves, fever, colic, cramp or stitch, kitten croup or beaver's itch. Any kind of pain or ache is cured by dear old Dr. Drake. What kind of doctor is Dr. Drake? Now, a hint might be that Drake is a male duck, particularly of some kinds, I believe. Not all kinds of male ducks are Drakes. He is an animal doctor. He's helping a male goose. He's helping a guinea fowl, the type of bird. Things like that. Consolation. A dime and a dollar took me by the collar and whispered in my ear. I don't understand this one. We must leave you tomorrow, but prithee don't sorrow. We'll come back to see you next year. Not all of these are, how do you say, translatable to current stuff. There's a lot of things that were considered normal and commonplace that aren't anymore. Some of them are darker or less fair to people than now. The robin and the squirrel. Said the robin to the squirrel, "How do you do?" Said the squirrel to the robin, "How are you?" "Oh, I've got some cherry pies, and half a dozen flies, and a kettle full of beetles on the stew." Said the squirrel to the robin, "How'd you do?" Said the robin to the squirrel, "How are you?" "I've a nest that's nice and neat, and a wife that can't be beat, and I'm every bit as happy now as you." Oh, so the robin and the squirrel are talking, and So one of them has a bunch of food, and the other one has a wife and a nest that they live in, so they're happy there. And it all worked out. Everybody has different things that make them happy. The king had a platter. The king had a platter of brisket and batter. The prince had a Bellington bun. The queen had a rose to put to her nose as soon as the dinner was done. Why doesn't the queen get food? Does she just want to have a rose to not smell their food anymore? See, I'm not sure what this is either. So, but it sounds fun, right? She has a nose to put to her nose, a rose to put to her nose as soon as dinner is done. All right, and then that's the last of the rhymes. So here's the confidence, the telling a secret. And then here's the tick tock, 4:11 by the clock. See, it's 4:11, so it's 11:40. But tick tock, see, there's the little pocket watch for Grandpa listening. And here's a little calico cat. She has such nice flowers, dandelions, and looks like kind of like morning glories to me. But so that is these classic storybook. Some of the poems did need to be skipped, but otherwise I thought it was quite cute and fun. It's a good way to remember it. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a great day.